Pablo, light it up.
I had to buy the Porsche when I was young. Trap, 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 trap. I had to buy the Porsche when I was young. Trap, 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 trap. Got it out the mud, all they ever wanted was a plug. All my niggas thugs, money coming, gotta get it up.
What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, man. We're going to talk a little boxing today. I have a little questioning going on. You guys throw out some questions. Just going to kick it a little early morning session. No donut shop this morning, so, I figured we get it in. Let me get the link in the chat real quick, just in case some of you guys jump on and want to come chop it up on the panel. All right, here we go. All right, Chin Smoke in the building. What's up, Chin Smoke? I see you out there, fam. Chin Smoke said, what's good, D? Just salute. Good morning. Salute to you, brother. Eric, my man Eric Ferdinand in the building. What up, fam? Raider, what's up with you, Raider? Yeah, man. So, Santos Romos, what's up, fam? How you doing? All right, guys. So, Raider, Eric, just in case y'all gonna click that link and jump on, we're going to talk a little Wilder, his situation today. I got Pulev up there. He's significant. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney getting his belt back. So just to let y'all know, fellas, that's what we talking about today. And starting off with Deontay Wilder, and look, man, the biggest fight that could possibly happen in boxing, because Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, that's a huge fight, no doubt, massive. But we talk the biggest fight that could possibly happen is Joshua Fury, 4-belt undisputed, right? But for that to happen, Wilder should just stop giving his fans hopeless dreams. Toby Bartlett in the building. What's up, Boxing Monster? What's good with you? Giving his fans hopeless dreams, thinking that he's going to do anything in this trilogy, and step aside, bro. Step aside, take some bread, step aside, get a little free bag, go on a vacation with his wife or something. Let Fury go over there and fight Joshua. That's what he should do, But I said, too, before that if he steps aside, he writes it in that he gets the winner. Should that be fair? And I think that they would go for that. If he thinks he can win. I don't think that he can beat Fury or AJ personally, but if he thinks he can win, that would be the way to go. So, but here's where Kubrat Pulev plays in. Also, what's up, Lisa Bales? He would have to step aside too for that fight to happen. Right now, he's in the fight Joshua, but with Pulev, he's talking reckless like he's gonna beat Joshua, this, that, and the third. But honestly, bro, he should just take the step aside money anyway, because he's gonna get knocked the fuck out for sure. Wilder still has that right hand. We all know that. Fuck that. That right hand can put you out of there. So Wilder still has that. Pulev's gonna get his ass whooped. I don't see any way. I don't see Pulev beating Anthony Joshua at all, especially after that performance with Andy Ruiz. So he should take the step aside money. And the biggest fight that could possibly happen in boxing would be Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, 4-belt undisputed, for the heavyweight division, the most popular division in boxing. So Tim Dub in the building. Jelly Donuts Promotions. What up, Tim Dub? Nick Harmer, what's up? What's up, Nick Harmer? So, uh, what do you guys, what's your thoughts on Wilder and Pulev taking that step aside money? You know what I mean? D the Godfather Jefferson, I smashed that like for you. Make sure you're smashing that like button, people. Y'all heard my brother Lewis. What's up, Lewis Sports Network? Y'all go hit that man up. I need some support. Subscribers to my bro. That's my basketball partner. What up, Lewis? Yeah, so back to Angel Santos in the building. What's good, Angel? So back to what I was saying though. What do y'all think about what's up on bias? What y'all think about Wilder and Pulev, just taking step aside money and letting Fury and Joshua get that in, man. You know what I mean? With Wilder, he should just write it in that he get the winner. You know what would be really good if Wilder and Pulev, Martin Ramos in the building. What's up, Martin Ramos? Samuel O'Shaw. What's up, Samuel O'Shaw? What's up with you, fam? Get this smoke. All right, yeah. Let me drop that link again. Oh, make sure it's out there. But what would be really cool is if Wilder and Pulev took the step aside money and they fought each other. And the winner fought the winner. So it'd be like a tournament, but shit, they'll all get paid. And it's not any kind of tournament rules. You know what I mean? That's how, Wilder go beat up Pulev or vice versa. Pulev beat Wilder up and definitely end his career. Because if they took step aside money, what if they took step aside money? All right, so the Joshua and Fury could do 4-belt undisputed. Boom. And the winner gets the winner, right? And then Pulev went there and beat up Wilder. Man, that would be fucking crazy, dog. Pulev going there and beat up Wilder. He would be finished, bro. Absolutely finished. I think Wilder would knock Pulev out, though. I think Wilder would knock Pulev slam out, though. But that would be crazy, But that would be, shit, bro. Because the biggest fight, bro, like Wilder versus Fury trilogy, that's not a huge fight for the heavyweight division. It's a huge fight for some Wilder fans that have this, deep burning hope inside that he actually may win the trilogy, but it's not really a big fight that too many people are begging to see the Wilder Fury trilogy. Anthony Joshua Pulev is, to me, a foregone conclusion. I haven't heard anyone besides Pulev say that he's going to beat Anthony Joshua. I have not literally heard anybody besides Kubrat Pulev say that Joshua will lose to him. So to me, that's like almost a foregone conclusion. And that's not a huge fight. But Wilder and Pulev stepping aside, fighting each other to allow Fury and Joshua to go for 4-belt undisputed, and the winner fights the winner, bro, that shit would be huge. That would be just a huge event all around just for the heavyweight division. Because I would expect Wilder to go in there and stop Pulev. So, you know what I mean? For 7-Eleven. Hey, man. I don't know how to set that shit up, dog, on the iPhone. I got a Google phone, monster. It's not the Galaxy or the iPhone, but it's It's the Google Pixel, whatever the shit, man. It's the next best thing, I suppose. What's up, Smoke?
Oh, what's up? Oh, am I here? Yeah, I'm in. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning.
What's up with you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Cleaning up last night's mess. Got in late. How you doing?
I'm good, dog. I'm good. I slept well. You know what I mean? Woke up better.
And woke up in a mood to talk about these heavyweights.
Yeah, well, see, okay, so how long you been in? I know
what I heard.
Just said let me click that link. So
well, you said you dropped the link. You gave me a shout out, dropped the link. I figured I'd join you, but I got in when you were saying Wilder should should Wilder take a step aside fight and let him do it.
No, let me break it down. So this is what I was saying. Like Wilder and Pulev take the step aside money, right?
Okay, go ahead.
They'll have to pay them to step aside, right? They're not going to stand aside like, no, okay, y'all go fight. They'll have to pay them. So Wilder and Pulev take the step aside money so Fury and Joshua can fight for belt undisputed. But Deontay Wilder makes a deal with them if he takes step aside money, he gets the winner, right? That's what I said initially. But then I said, how about Wilder and Pulev take the step aside money and the winner fights the winner?
So Pulev takes step aside money and has never had a championship fight. He's never, well, I guess he had a championship fight against Vlad, but he gets to have his mandatory be a fight for undisputed. And then also, what about the two-way rematch clause that both Fury and AJ are going to have?
That, well, again, not if it's written in. I mean, no, bro, this is just hypothetical. I doubt, like, I'm not saying this. Look, first and foremost, Wilder ain't stepping aside for shit. We already know.
No, I'm just talking about your scenario. Just in your scenario, right. So they're going to have a two-way rematch clause.
Yeah, but that wouldn't even be in play. The scenario would be the winner fight the winner. Like, you know, if we're gonna sit here and talk about
all right, okay, good. So I'll get you.
It's gonna really happen. It's just hypothetical.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm Pulev, I'm definitely doing that, right? Well, that's an excellent deal for Pulev. It's an excellent deal for anybody who wants to. I mean, it's definitely a big, definitely a boost, a gift for UK boxing. Those dudes would be cheering for this instead, for years. They'll be dining on this until my dying day. I can live for the next 50 years. I'll still be hearing about it. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of benefit. I mean, also those are the two giants that we haven't seen fight yet.
Promotions. What's up? What's up, Steven Schneider? Go ahead. My bad. Smoke.
No, yeah, I was just saying that. Of the three-headed monster, those are two heads. Those are, those two guys haven't faced each other yet. Wilder and AJ haven't faced each other yet, so it'd be a good chance. I think that would be great for fight fans in general. Right. And then for the heavyweight division, we haven't had an undisputed since Lennox Lewis.
Right.
So for the heavyweight division, having some clarity and finally putting the stink of the Klitschko years behind us, that also would be good.
It would be like huge, bro. And then because the assumption is with Fury and AJ, say 50-50, fuck it. We don't know who wins. But I don't think that too many people are going to be picking. I wouldn't pick Pulev over Wilder. I think Wilder sticks that right hand in there and put him away. So essentially, Wilder fans would be. He doesn't have a belt now, so basically, it's like he wouldn't be going back just to get his belt. He would be going back to get all the belts.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and in a scenario where. We're going to just suspend what would likely happen. It seems like the only loser would be Wilder, and that's on its face value, but he could use the time to do other things. I don't know that. The Pulev fight, the Pulev fight doesn't get him a lot though.
Think about this too, like you said, face value, but fuck the face value. But you're right though, he would lose that. But if you think about this too, though, it might be a smarter thing because you had a first fight with this guy, and then you got blasted in the second fight. So going right back in always ain't the best thing. I'm not saying that Pulev is a tune-up for Wilder, but he damn sure is a easier stroke. And then he gets back in there with the winner of Fury. You know what I mean? It might not be the worst thing because going right back in there against the guy who just obliterated you always is not the best thing to do.
Well, Wilder definitely is going to have to add someone to his camp. And he said he is adding to his camp. He just hasn't said who that person is going to be yet. Those two, that new person is definitely, they're going to need some time to work together. So, a fight in between, that's cool. But even if, let's say AJ beats Fury, right, and Wilder becomes undisputed, he still has unfinished business with Fury, right? He still got to see Fury even at undisputed. So that gives Fury a second shot at the undisputed fight, even if he loses.
Right. Well, yeah, let me get some shout outs right quick. And then I'm going to let Eric jump on. Unbiased. Appreciate y'all two jumping on. Damn, I got lost in the chat. T-Tone Toledo, what's good with you, T-Tone Toledo? Black and brown boxing up in here. My man, Boxing Finesse, Martin Machine. Appreciate y'all coming through. What's up, Eric? What's up, Unbiased?
Yeah, what's good? What up?
So, Eric, what you think about that little hypothetical there, bro?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
I don't know. For me, as a fan, you want Wilder to step aside, but if he's a fighter, he shouldn't be stepping aside anyway. Like, there's no way in hell, as a fighter, he should be stepping aside.
No. So just like I had to tell Smoke, this is not something that we actually think would happen.
Okay.
No fucking way Wilder stepping aside. I told him.
Good.
Yeah, you know that's not happening. So, oh shit, hold on for a second. Hey, that's what's up, Black, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Black, man. He said, big up to D Justice, Speaking Mind Sports Talk, True Media. Appreciate you, Black. Appreciate you, dog. So what I'm saying is I just threw some hypothetical out there, right, Eric? So here's the scenario. And I was like, this shit would be huge, not only for us getting the best fight in boxing, 4-belt undisputed for heavyweight, but it would be huge for the heavyweight division. So here's the scenario. Pulev steps aside, Wilder steps aside, and they allow Fury and Joshua to go 4-belt undisputed. And then the winner fights the winner. You understand what I'm saying? So whoever wins between Pulev and Wilder, they fight the winner. So they go 4-belt undisputed. Yeah. Like the whole scenario would be something like a tournament, but it's not a tournament because they're stepping aside. You know what I mean? They just agreeing to get the winner on the fight.
I think Wilder should step aside. To be honest with you. As a fan,
idea because he just got obliterated in that fight.
Yeah, for him, not even as a fan. For Wilder, if I was Wilder, I'd step aside so I can, get my game up. You know what I'm saying? Because I just got destroyed. It wasn't even competitive. Like, I got just obliterated. So if that's me, after taking that horrendous ass whooping, I would go back to the drawing board with my team and say, well, look, we need to work on some things and give me a tune-up, and so I could work on those things. I'm not gonna just run back in there to get another ass whooping for a payday, pretty much.
You've seen his reaction to it. He doesn't believe it was an ass whooping on fair grounds. He was injured. In his eyes, he was injured. So he's not seeing it like, oh, he beat the best Deontay Wilder. He's come out with his legs, something was wrong with his legs, and then his bicep was torn. So he's already made excuses. So he's already saying that wasn't the best me in there.
How was his arm in his sling?
His bicep got torn during the fight, though. So
that's what I mean.
During the fight. So I feel
how's that an excuse?
He wasn't injured before the fight, but that happened in the fight. So I don't think he's looking at it like, all right, well, I torn my bicep before the fight. That happened in the fight. Now his legs thing, I know he mentioned that, but I mean, in total, he knows he got his ass whooped. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, but
Every
he
fighter
also-
knows when they lost. They do. And the thing is, what he's doing is just trying to find, like you're saying, an excuse to evaluate why he lost. But
yeah,
he knows
exactly. So he's not seeing it as, in his eyes, he's not seeing it as he got his ass whooped on as a fit Deontay Wilder.
I don't know about that.
So he's definitely saying Deontay Wilder is definitely saying he wasn't 100% in that fight.
Exactly, that's my point.
He's not saying that like
exactly.
He's not saying that Fury beat the best version of him. But D was saying we already know that he's not going to step aside. Like this is not an issue about whether or not he should step aside.
Right, I'm just telling you why I think
I'm going off. Yeah, I'm going off what Unbiased said, and I'm just rebutting to what Unbiased said. Like Unbiased saying if he was Deontay Wilder, and I know I got my ass whooped, but the way Deontay Wilder's coming out, it doesn't seem like he knows he got his ass whooped.
The human, let's be real. The human aspect, the human aspect. I get it. I know what you're saying, but the human aspect of the mind, like all he's doing is that's a defense mechanism. But when he sits down at home, he know he got his ass whipped. Like let's keep it real. So
but the question isn't whether or not he knows he got his ass whipped.
Yeah,
he knows he got his ass whipped. The question is why did he get his ass whipped, and whether he thinks he beat the best version.
Now, hold on for a second. Before we get into that smoke. He got his fucking ass whooped. We know it ain't.
But what I'm saying, everybody knows that part of it. The question is whether or not Wilder thinks he's the best version.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying.
Fuck that best version shit. I'm just saying. What would that be like for the fans in the heavyweight division?
That'd be good. It would be good as fans.
Listen, not a fan like me. I want to see the trilogy. I don't give a damn about all that other stuff. Like I literally, I
want to see Undisputed.
I mean, I want to see but I want to see when it comes to the Undisputed, I do want to see the Undisputed fights. But I also like justice, right? Yeah, I don't just go like, hey, screw a bunch of people because of what I want.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is two guys prove that they should be in the Undisputed fight. I want the best guys to be fighting in the Undisputed fight.
Yeah, but that fight should have already happened before the Fury fight.
Okay, so should it have happened? Should it happen? So should it have been Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder?
No, Fury just
that fight should have happened.
Okay, great. So should it have been? So if it shouldn't have been Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, then it shouldn't be Fury versus AJ. No, I'm just saying. Should it have been Wilder versus Ruiz for Undisputed? Since we wanted Undisputed so bad.
Okay, let me
Ruiz
respond to
proved that he was better than AJ, right?
They already fought twice.
No,
AJ and Ruiz,
right, but in between those fights, right, but one of those fights was a draw.
Hell no.
And the other one, Fury whooped his ass.
Correct. So now he's
now we know who's better.
No, we don't know who's better. We know who won the last fight.
No, fuck
nobody.
No, the last fight, Fury won the last
draw.
Fight. No, I'm telling you, we know who won the last fight.
Okay, let me just explain it then. Just listen. The first fight was a draw, right? So nobody won. The second fight, Fury whooped his ass. The conversation is over. We know
the conversation isn't over.
We know
you want the conversation to be over. You want the conversation to be over.
We know
the conversation isn't actually not over.
We know who's better.
We don't know who's better. We know that Fury won the last fight. That's what we know.
Yes,
but smoke.
Okay, did we know who's better when Ruiz beat AJ?
That was the first fight.
Okay, so
you're not campaigning for
he only
Ruiz
did
Joshua
win once. All he did was win once.
Yeah, but you're not campaigning. Yeah, but you're not campaigning for a Ruiz Joshua 3, though, are you?
I'm
not.
No, I'm
you're
saying,
not campaigning for it like you're campaigning for a Wilder Fury 3.
That's
like
you're a Wilder fan.
It's actually 1-1. There's more reason. There is more reason for a Joshua Ruiz third fight than there is for a Wilder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is. Because
here's what you guys are missing. Here's what you guys are missing. The AJ had to rematch Ruiz. Wilder did not have to rematch Fury.
Well, apparently he did, because apparently the contract was already in.
Well, there's no apparently. He did not have to rematch him. He did not have to go into a contract. He did not have to do.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not, because the two-way contract was null and void because it was a draw.
Yeah, but then they wanted to fight each other.
Great, that's what I'm saying. That is my point. That so AJ had to fight Ruiz again. Wilder did not have to fight Fury.
No, that's a lie, because AJ didn't have to. AJ didn't have to.
Yes, okay.
No,
so
he
if
didn't.
AJ,
AJ didn't have to
AJ
fight Ruiz in the first place, but he chose.
Hold on,
okay.
hold on, right quick. Hold on, right quick. What up? Hey, what's good with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through.
Okay, if AJ wanted to be champion, then he had to fight Ruiz again.
Wilder
was already champion after the first fight. He retained his title. AJ lost his title.
I'm talking about the first fight. AJ in the first fight didn't have to fight Ruiz. He chose to fight Ruiz. Then he
had
lost,
to fight somebody.
And
Nobody
then
else
had a rematch clause in it. Just like Wilder. Wilder didn't have to fight Fury again, right? But he chose
didn't have to fight him the first time.
And then he lost.
He didn't have to fight him the first time. And also didn't have to fight him after the first time.
Fury's the one. Wait, hold on. Fury was the one who called Wilder in the first place and said, "I'll beat you, you dosser. Let's set the fight up."
That doesn't mean that Wilder needs to fight him.
Hold on. So if you're gonna do that, then you have to attribute that to Fury because Fury called Wilder and said,
"Well, then attribute it to Ruiz because Ruiz called Eddie and said, "You don't have to fight, so let me get in there."
Okay, then we'll do that, Smoke. So now, do you have?
I'm saying it was still back to apples and apples.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly. So what I'm saying is, like, what? So right. So
at the end of the day, Smoke, you are not if you're not campaigning for a Joshua Ruiz third fight as over undisputed, I don't understand why you campaigning for a Wilder Fury third fight instead of undisputed.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because I wasn't campaigning. The reason why I wasn't campaigning for a Ruiz Wilder fight was because those guys that were contractually obligated to fight again.
No, I'm not saying Ruiz Wilder fight. I didn't say Ruiz Wilder fight.
I know you're not saying that, but what I'm saying to you is the reason why I'm not campaigning. The reason why I am not campaigning is because I understand the business of boxing, and those guys are going to fight again. That's why I wasn't campaigning for it. I didn't care. Like I would like to see Undisputed. I would have liked to see Undisputed last year.
When it got mixed up.
Hold on, fellas. Hold on. Black and Brown says Fury won 15 out of 19 rounds. We know it's better, but Wilder deserves his rematch. I just wanted this. That was a good comment, Black and Brown. Go ahead.
The problem is hold on. That seven of those 19. Okay, first off, that's Black and Brown's scorecard. I'm not even going to get into Black and Brown scorecard. Whatever, cool.
That's a lot of people's scorecard. But I'm just going to say, Smoke,
except for the judges, who actually judge fights.
Oh, that's fine. But a lot of judges. Judge had Canelo, having a draw versus Floyd. So, anyway,
I hear you. So,
I was just going to say.
I'm going to tell you that a lot of people didn't have it that way. Also.
All right, hold on. Actually, now I remember. Look,
go ahead.
Andy Ruiz, right after he beat AJ, did you know he was better than AJ? Did you think that?
Yeah, I thought Ruiz was going to beat him in the rematch.
So we saw a draw with Wilder and Fury, and a lot of people thought Fury won, but in the books it's a draw. And in the second fight, Wilder got annihilated. So why don't you want to see AJ versus Ruiz 3, but you want to see this one? I don't get that because it's 1-1 versus a draw and 1.
Still don't think Fury's better than Wilder, even though he obliterated him in the second.
Doesn't really
right. Okay. The reason why I didn't want to see AJ Ruiz 3 is because I didn't want to see AJ Ruiz 1.
Okay.
I didn't want to see AJ Ruiz 2. So why would I want to see AJ Ruiz 3?
You thought Ruiz was much better than AJ, and then in the rematch, what happened? What changed your mind?
What changed my mind? I don't think that AJ is better than Ruiz. AJ just won the fight.
You don't think AJ is better than Ruiz?
No.
All right. You got it, bro. I'm not even.
All right. So back to the topic. Unbiased.
One guy beat it. One guy beat the brakes off him. The other guy ran. Like what? No.
Wow.
Back to the topic. Unbiased. What do you think about the scenario? What do you think that would be for the fans, for the heavyweight division? All of that, and it's just a scenario. Fucking scenario.
No scenario. I went through the scenario.
I'm biased, bro. That's why I just muted you. Let her bias answer this one.
Okay.
Step aside, money.
Yeah.
Pulev and Wilder fought. AJ and Fury fought for 4-belt undisputed. The winner fight the winner. What do you think that would mean for like everything? The heavyweight division, fucking even boxing.
That'd be big. That'd be big for the sport. It definitely would be big for the UK, right? They'll have a big UK class showdown. And it'd be big for Wilder too, because guess what? He'll have a chance to fight for undisputed, right? That's the shit that's his whole campaign. One face, one name, and now he'll actually get the chance to do it.
Yes, sir.
So if he was smart, he would take that step aside money, refine his tools, beat some more bums, add the bums to your bum ass record, and then go fight for undisputed. That's what I would do if I was Wilder.
But see, like the thing that would make that scenario sweet too is that Pulev ain't just no bum. Like I don't think he beats Wilder, Fury, or AJ, but he's not just no bum. So it also puts another name on Wilder's record.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you mention Pulev. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that'd be a good fight. But
that's why I say the winner fights the winner. Like Wilder takes the step aside, Pulev takes the step aside because he would have to as well. And then those two fight, and then the winner fights the winner. That would be the scenario. You know what I mean? Like that would be a good name on Wilder's record.
I don't think Pulev would agree to that, though.
I mean, I don't think Wilder would step down for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? That's why it was just a fucking hypothetical because Wilder's not too much. Just like Smoke did say, you know, when it comes to his face, losing face, it's got too much fucking pride to step down from this fight, bro. You're not gonna let all of those LDBC fans down. He's not going to do that.
Nah, but he would have let them down because the narrative would change. They'd change the narrative.
They'll be like, "Oh, Wilder's smart."
I don't understand how both AJ and Ruiz beat each other one time, but AJ's proof is better.
Yeah, hold on, Smoke. Hold on. I want to stick to this Wilder shit right quick. Hold on with that, Andy.
Okay, cool.
Eric, let me tell you something. This is a cross-cultural thing. So this is something that you probably won't understand just by not being here in America, okay? He will fucking let them down, bro, at every level. I'm telling you, I'm being serious. He has to take that fight for his fan base. Trust me on that. Trust me, my brother. It will be pandemonium.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I know, but also by listening to them, you know that they're going to make an exception somewhere. They might be let down at first, but then they're going to change the narrative to something else.
Some of these diehards will, but that motherfucker would lose a ton of fans because they would look at that as straight up pussy. That's how they
hear you.
I'm telling you. Am I right, Smoke, and unbiased, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I mean, you have to actually.
Nah, I don't think they will.
What?
You know why? Because Wilder fans are like water, and Wilder's the glass. Wherever shape that you pour it in, they'll just mold with that shit. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm going with.
I'm gonna be real.
I think he'll keep a good amount of fans, but he will lose a ton. He'll lose a ton too, bro. He will keep a good one because it is those diehards like BFTB. He ain't going no fucking where.
Yeah, he gonna make an excuse.
And then this fan base that listens to that shit, they're not going anywhere.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on, Smoke. Let me finish. Then you can tell me. But there's gonna be some fucking fans that's going to dump the dude. Trust and believe that shit. Because
sorry.
All right, go ahead, Smoke. Go ahead, because I know you're itching. Go ahead.
The way that you stop the fan bleed, right, for the fans from leaving, is you publicize how much step aside money he got. That's how you stop the fans from leaving.
Well, that might be true. I'm not even going to argue that.
Yeah, because they'll change it. For me, I just believe they'll change it anyway. They'll be like, "Nah, he's smart. He's getting so many millions to step aside." And
so and then saying what me and Unbiased are saying now, and they're calling us fools for saying it. Then they'll start saying that, right?
Yep,
yeah, that's exactly what I mean. They do that constantly.
That's how it's gonna go down there.
They do it constantly. Like as long as if it's not a fighter they don't like, they'll bash it. But as soon as the fighter they love does it, it's the best thing. It's the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, well, that's just sports fans. But I'm just saying, you publicize a win, you see a perceived win wherever you take it, and then you publicize that, and then it just gives fans something to attach to, and they'll attach to it.
Right. My man, Red Glove Militant in the building. What's up, Red Glove? Official scorecard. What's up with you, fam?
What up, D? What up, Unbiased? What up, Smoke? And what up, Eric?
What up, Red?
Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are staying healthy.
Yep.
What we talking about right now?
I was talking about a hypothetical now. It went like left and right, which I'm kind of glad because it went left and right. But here was the hypothetical, and it's only a hypothetical, Red Glove. Keep that in mind. And I know that you'll keep it in mind. I'm fucking with Smoke. Anyway, so Pulev and Wilder take step aside money, right? To allow AJ and Fury go for a belt undisputed. They fight each other, Pulev and Wilder. And then the winner fights the winner. What do you think that would be for the fans and the heavyweight division?
I think that'll be good for a couple different reasons. First reason, we'll finally get undisputed. But even aside from that, it will be one great fight, one decent fight, and that'll also give Deontay Wilder a chance to put what he learns into practice against a lesser opponent than Tyson Fury. Like if you're gonna try new stuff, you might want to try it on somebody who you won't is a lesser test. you see what I'm saying? And that'll also help him boost his confidence for when he does get his rematch. And if it happens to be Tyson Fury, I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm an AJ fan, but I don't know that he could beat Tyson Fury. Not after how I seen what he did to Deontay Wilder. It's a very intriguing fight. But let's say Tyson Fury wins and he gets that rematch. I think he'll have a better chance at winning, and then he'll be undisputed if he does beat Tyson Fury in that third fight. And that's what he always said he wanted to do. One face, one name. So I think it's a good hypothetical. Like I wouldn't be mad at it if it were to go down that way.
Hey, you know what I just thought about? And, I said he knows he got his ass whooped. If he didn't know why he got his ass whooped, why did he add new trainers to his camp? He got his ass whooped because he knows that he did some things wrong, and that's why he's adding things to his camp to try to get better, right? So if you're trying to get better, then take the step aside money and try to get some fundamentals that your bum ass has not been showing at all for years. Try that shit and go fight a couple of bums. It's not like he's not used to fighting bums in the first place, so he should be used to this shit. Just fight a couple, try to get better before you go fight Fury and get knocked out again, and then get a good payday for undisputed at least, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah. At least this one would be up for undisputed. He would be definitely going in. Well, I say definitely. He'd be going into an undisputed fight, regardless. That will be on his resume that he's fought for undisputed, rather than going into a Fury. Rather than going into a Fury fight and getting beat. If he gets beat against Fury again, that's his undisputed chances gone completely, I believe. If he goes in against Fury and gets blasted again.
Back for the WBC belt, he would be going back for all the fucking belts.
Yeah, and if he just goes back for the WBC belt and gets obliterated again, then his undisputed chances have gone. He ain't really going to get another chance at it.
Well, I think that I don't know about that, Eric. You know why? Let me tell you something. Here's the scenario here. So Fury and AJ get into the fight. AJ gets the belts back, right? He gets all the belts. I mean, AJ already says he'll fight Wilder anyway.
That's true. But
anyway, so then that'll be Wilder's chance right there to get off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
He's not gonna win. He's gonna get beat up. I don't give a fuck what Smoke says. I don't think Wilder beats AJ or Fury, so he's not gonna win. But that could be his chance to get all 4 belts again.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
I know that it's just projection, a bunch of Wilder loss from here on out. I mean, I hear I get that that's where you guys are going with this whole thing, and that's cool. Enjoy.
No, but Smoke, you can't be mad at that because you projected an AJ loss after he got obliterated by Ruiz.
But you didn't hear me saying that AJ's never going to win another fight and he needs to do all this stuff, or he's never going to do it.
Wilder beat Pulev.
No, listen. I wasn't saying that AJ should pay step aside money and all this shit. I just thought that Ruiz would win the fight. And I still want to.
Of course you weren't. Of course you weren't talking about no step aside money. Of course you weren't.
Bracken Brown, let me just finish.
Hold on. You always finish.
Okay, I still wanted to see AJ fight the big guys because I want to see all 3 of these big dudes fight each other more than once.
Me too. I agree with that, though.
Yeah, but I don't believe they should be fighting each other 3 times before another one gets to fight each other.
No,
Like, I just think that's ridiculous.
I
No.
mean, I get you, but the fights and the sport, that's what's happening, and also the guys involved. Like AJ was on his own path, like take it or leave it offers, and the guys weren't biting. So now he has all these mandos. So he seems like that's what he wants to do is mandos and not make. Anyway, it's all good. I'm just saying. I want to
real quick. I just want to ask this question, just real quick. Who said that? I just want to know who said that Wilder would never win another fight, though. I didn't hear anybody say that. Maybe
no one said that.
Well, no one said that. But
okay, I just wanted to get the record straight on that.
Yeah, let me get Black and Brown then. So Black and Brown.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's up, fellas? I want smoke. What's up, fellas? I want smoke.
Hold on.
How many?
Hold on, Black and Brown. Before you get smoke, does anybody? I got my man Gonzalo behind stage. So
hey, G Jeff, let me just talk to Smoke real quick, and then you guys can keep going. I'll get off. Hey, Smoke.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and talk to
Since
Smoke.
I said Wilder only won 4 rounds out of 19, and then you started saying, that's Black and Brown scorecard. Well, whatever. How many rounds did he win out of the 19? Because if you do the math, he won 4 rounds in the first fight, plus the 2 knockdowns, giving the extra 2 points, which made a 6-6 draw. So you tell me, Smoke, how many rounds did he win out of the 2 fights?
All right. So what I think that we should do is score the first fight live, right? Because in the second fight, I'm going to give him 1 round maybe, but let's see it live. Let's me and you sit down and score it live.
We can do that, Smoke. But I'm saying if the judge called it a draw and you look at the score, how the hell did he win more than 4 rounds with the 2 knockdowns? It wouldn't have been a draw. He would have won.
Black and Brown. One of the judges gave it to Wilder. Not you're just looking at the judge that called it a draw. I gave it to AJ. One of the guys gave it to Wilder. You know why? Because that guy had him winning more than 4 rounds. But
yeah,
so let's you and me.
Two out of 3 judges. 2 out of 3 judges disagreed with the one judge.
Great. So now we're talking
3 judges.
Great.
So you can't just go on one judge.
Eddie, that's not really what he said. But that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is how many rounds did the guy win? Right. So now the question is how many rounds the guys win. I think we have an opportunity here to actually sit down and go through the rounds and see why we picked the guys that we picked and how many rounds actually won.
Well, I'll tell you how many rounds I gave him. I gave him like maybe 3 rounds max.
I gave him 3 rounds in the first round. 3 rounds.
That's what I'm saying. You got the whole panel, you got the whole chat, but then when I put the comment up, Smoke, I don't know how to keep score. Like, come on, man. Like,
right. Listen, the whole panel and the whole chat, no disrespect, are not official judges, right? And we're not only that,
we're just fans.
Right, I get it. And listen, everybody has their own personal preference, right? And how it is they score fights and what they show as criteria. And I'm not mad at any of that. Like, I'm not even trying to wade into these waters about how people's personal scorecards are. But if you want to do that, if you want to do it, let's do it in a manner that so it's not this back and forth over footage that's not right in front of us. Let's follow along the entire panel and all these people who have these scorecards. Let's see what they're saying when the action is happening, and we're all looking at the same thing.
You just said we're not.
That's fine, but
we're not official judges. So why does it matter what we scored, right?
So let's go with it together. Why does it matter if we watch it together?
Yeah, so let's hold on. Let's. What did the 2 official judges say in the first fight? How many rounds did they give to Wilder? I'm just curious.
Hey guys, I got people in the back. I was just gonna say, my man Gonzalo on the stage. I want to let him get in a little bit. Smoke, I'm getting ready to let you back on. Raider in the back too. But Gonzalo, what's up with you, fam? Gonzalo. All right, well, Gonzalo might be busy. I'm gonna let Raider up here and kick it right quick. Oh, I think Gonzalo came. What's up, Raider?
What happened to the
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, Raider?
Good morning. Hey, what are you guys talking about? You guys talking about the Wilder Fury cards?
Yep.
Raider,
what was you saying?
19 rounds, Raider, out of the 19 rounds they fought, how many rounds did Wilder win?
Well, he won the 2 knockdowns for sure, right? and then
Yeah.
I think he will probably won another 2 rounds. On
So you
top of
give him
that, so
4
that's a total of
rounds.
4 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, and
4
then
out
the
of
second
19.
fight, the second fight, I didn't give him any rounds.
Well,
Yeah,
there you
that's what
go.
I'm saying, bro. My comment wasn't
All right.
that much out of line, and I even said Wilder deserves his rematch. But sometimes when it comes to get the smoke, he's so defensive of his guys that he just fucking attacks everybody, and
Yeah,
everybody's coming if they have anything to
and
do
I
with
hope
his guys.
I was hoping
My
that
thing
smoke
is-
was up here because if you think in order for it to be a draw, the first one, it had to be around that because
Thank
those 2
you, bro. It
knockdowns
had
8
to
rounds.
be. Thank you, bro.
And in
Thank
order,
you for
Yep.
saying
yeah,
that.
in order, yeah, it had to be that because if Wilder would have run 3 rounds and say
He'd
I
have
mean
won
I
the
know
fight.
that you don't average, yeah, no, I know you don't average the scorecards like the 3 judges, you don't, but in order all 3 of them come together, right? And if it's a draw, right? Then in order for it to be a draw, Wilder had to win 2 rounds on top of the other 2 rounds for it to be a draw. You know what I mean?
And
So it's
if we
4
do
rounds.
go off that third judge's scorecard, that third judge couldn't have gave him more than 6 rounds. Okay, so then what smoke? Then what are you saying? Like Wilder won 6 rounds out of the 19? Like, all right, fine, I'll give you 6 rounds out of the 19. Like, still don't matter. We know who the best fighter is. We know who the better boxer is. Now, does Wilder deserve his rematch? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say Wilder deserves a rematch.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let Smoke
I'm-
back up there to defend himself.
Yeah. And I also disagree with a rematch. I don't
Yeah,
think
see,
there
I
should
don't
be
mind seeing the rematch. I don't mind seeing the rematch.
No, I mean,
I don't care when it happens.
I mean, I can see it, but I don't. In order for there to be a rematch, it has to be, there's a couple ways you have rematches, right? Obviously, if there's a contract set in place, or if it's a controversial draw, or if, let's say you got robbed, right? So the first fight was a draw, even though most people had Fury winning, right? It was a draw. So that includes for a rematch, right? Like you can say, oh, hey, you know what? There's a rematch here. We need a rematch to see who really won. So that's why they had a second fight. The second fight, clearly, we saw who won. So you don't need a third fight. We already found out who won.
And I respect that. I respect that. What I'm saying is, I think Wilder deserves.
Hold on. The Joshua Reese fight, one was a clear win, and the other one was a clear win for the other one. So you would have a better case of saying that one needs a rematch than a draw and then a clear winner.
Right.
That's my argument.
I hear what you're saying. I agree with you on principle. However, because of the rematch clause in the contract, we can't expect them to not have that third fight. So for that reason, we gotta accept it.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
no, I accept it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna watch it. Of course I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Of course I'm gonna watch it.
Can you hear me?
You know what I mean?
Can you guys
I think
hear me?
Wilder deserves it.
We're up.
Hey guys,
Okay.
Good
I
morning,
think Wilder
Smoke.
deserves
Okay,
it for as
cool.
long as he held that belt, for as many title defenses as he had. Even though we all think that maybe his resume ain't the best and the title defenses was against a lot of scrubs, he still accomplished that. So I think he deserves the rematch.
All right.
I definitely feel that too, because it's not like he's in a situation like Charles Martin where he had just won the belt and he already wants rematch clauses. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did hold the belt for 5 years. 10, 11 defenses, something like that. So yeah, I could definitely understand that argument as well.
There's another argument.
you know
There's another argument that goes like this. Wilder was the champion, not Fury. Period. AJ was a champion, not Ruiz.
Right.
That's
yeah.
why there's a rematch clause. Like,
No, I
you
get
can go back into like all this stuff about all the fights and what happened in the fights, but that's not really what the rematch clauses are not based on what happened in the fights. The rematch clauses are negotiated before the fights happen.
No, but like Raider said, there's a few different ways to get a rematch. I mean, like if it's a good ass fight and the fans want to see it again, then we're going to push for it, and then it'll happen. That's not the only way it could happen.
Yeah, no, but listen, when you're talking about a champion, the only way it happens is if the champion says, "Yeah, let me do it." Because like I said, Wilder didn't have to fight Fury. He didn't have to rematch him in the first place. The
Yo,
draw
Smoke,
was
I-
enough. The draw was enough for him to go about his business and do whatever the hell he wanted.
So, Smoke, I got a question. Did Wilder show you that he was better than Fury at all in these two fights?
All right, he showed me he was as good as Fury in these two fights.
Really? Wow.
What the fuck? Okay, come on, Smoke. Be honest with you. Okay, so in the second fight, he showed you he was as good as Fury.
No, you said in these two fights, so he fought him twice. In the
Okay.
first fight, in the second fight, Fury definitely separated himself from Wilder. In the first fight, he did not.
Okay.
He did not.
So I'm glad you just said that. So Fury separated himself in the second fight, right?
Yes.
And you said you only want to see undisputed if you know another guy is better than the other guy, so we can have the two of the best guys. And you just said Fury separated himself from Wilder. So why shouldn't Fury and AJ fight?
Because they have another fight. Let's see if he can actually separate himself further, or let's see if they pull back equal again.
Okay, Smoke.
I don't know. That sounds like a little bit of change in standards somewhere.
All right, guys, look. So, next topic. So, Shakur Stevenson and Smoke, don't go nowhere.
Can I bring something up real quick?
Oh yeah, Gonzalo. I didn't know you was there now, bro. I called out. I think you had to.
I didn't want to interrupt. I just fell off.
No. What's up, Gonzalo? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Been a while,
man. In the
man.
Philippines.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what's your thoughts on that? Go ahead. Drop that knowledge.
I think Jack Reese officially. I mean, he's not a judge, but he's the referee. He had Wilder winning the first 3 rounds of the first fight, but still, even with that, winning 3 rounds and the 2 knockdowns, I don't think gives you a tie unless I'm mistaken, because Fury won more 10-9 rounds. He won, that's 3, that's 5. He won 6 10-9 rounds. So even with the 2 knockdowns, I think you would need to win more than 3 rounds and the 2 knockdowns. I think you would actually need to win 4 rounds to get a draw. You guys can do the math. Unless I'm mistaken.
We all agree with you. It's just this guy that's sitting backstage, man. Get this point. He don't get it.
And I think he maybe won the first 2 or 3 of the first fight, and he also won, I think, the first round of the second fight. So that's interesting that he won the first rounds of the first fight and the first round of the second one. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. John Cable, what's good with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through. So. Thanks for that, Gonzalo. But the next topic, Shakur Stevenson and Eddie Hearn was going back and forth on the gram. Was it the gram or Twitter? I don't know. It was one of them, guys. Anyway, about the Josh Warrington situation. So Shakur was like, Eddie didn't even send no offer, okay? But then it kind of came out that Eddie did send an offer, but the offer just wasn't enough. Shakur felt like, it was worth more money. But then Shakur starts sticking to the fact that Eddie didn't send the offer, right? Well, Eddie said, if I didn't send the offer, then how could your manager say that it wasn't enough? What wasn't enough? So it's pretty safe to say that he sent the offer, but Shakur wanted a little more money, right? So who do we say is avoiding this fight? Like
Shakur.
Josh Warrington is avoiding the fight if they sent the offer. And here's another thing. Shakur's team never sent an offer. So, if you don't like the offer, if you turn down what we're saying, you say it's not enough, then there's something called a counter offer, right?
Hold on, but I feel like Shakur did try to get Warrington to come over here, though. I will say that. I feel like he did, or Bob sent him an offer.
He did.
You know what it was? It was when he was with Frank Warren. They sent him an offer to try to get Warrington over here. But remember, Warrington just actually signed with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah. But listen, I was just reading on that this morning. It was Frank that made any moves. Shakur's team never made any moves, never made any offer, and that's what Eddie Hearn's part is. It's like, okay, if our offer is not enough, then why is this Josh Warrington side the only side that's making the offers? Your side is not making any offers. Even back with the Frank Warren situation, it was Frank Warren that was pushing the deal. It was still not Shakur's side. It was not Bob Arum. So if we're saying that we want this fight, regardless of how you feel the money is, how much you feel it's worth or whatever, we're saying that we want this fight because we're making you offers. You're not making any offers, but you're saying you want the fight, and you're turning down the offers that we're sending you. So my thing is, who can we say is avoiding this fight? We can't say that Warrington is avoiding the fight.
I think Shakur's so young he should worry about money. He should just worry about going and getting that belt. He'll get his money later in his career. But I mean, who am I to say that, you know?
Well, I think Bob Arum has to do his part, bro. Like, you know, I stay on Bob Arum's ass, and I'm getting ready to get on it again. If Bob Arum is not making the offer, that's his job, black and brown. Shakur's gonna be upset and talk and all of that, but Bob Arum's job is to get these offers out. You know what I mean? Okay, Red Glove said he got to run to the store. Okay, Red, that's what's up.
Well, I'm staying on. I'm just saying if I sometimes this store I lose signal. If that happens, just go ahead and put Eric on. I don't want him to be waiting.
Well, look, let me put Eric on. I'm gonna leave you backstage, Red. And I'm
all right. That's good. I'm cool with that.
You're right. Actually, you know what, D? Yeah, you're right, bro. Because I just looked it up. Because I could have sworn that Bob did make an offer, but you're right. Frank Warren was the one that
he was
initially
pushing the deal. Yep. And so my thing is, and I'm like, you know how I am, bro. Because me and you first got into it about Bob. I'm not against Bob. I'm just against like the whole situation. Like, motherfucker, get your old ass out there and make something happen for the kid. Because if it's Josh Warrington's side, it doesn't matter if Warrington's with Frank or if he's with Eddie. It's only his side that's pushing the goddamn pencil. So how can we say Josh Warrington's avoid? I mean, that's where these fans get all caught up in this bullshit. Because I like Shakur, and a lot of us like Shakur. And Shakur gets out there and says, he don't want to fight me, blah, 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 boosting his shoulders. But when you dig into it, and that's what guys like me, I'm biased, IBFP, we dig into these situations. When you dig into it, how the fuck can we say that Josh Warrington's avoiding the fight? And Shakur, your side, your management team, your promotional team, y'all ain't making no fucking offers.
You make a great point, DJ. You make a great point, DJ, with all these new dudes coming out and calling dudes out and going on Instagram Live. We don't know what to believe, you know what I'm saying? So you make a great point when these guys like Unbiased and IBT and yourself, you guys dig in and find the facts. I was talking about that yesterday. I don't have the energy or the know-how to do that shit, but much respect to you guys that do that shit because you guys go and find the truth. You guys go and find the facts. So
we just research.
This day and age, it's easy for a fighter to go on Twitter or Instagram and say it was a low ball offer. And fans seems to believe that shit now.
Right.
A lot of fans believe it. Oh, it must have been a low ball offer. You don't know the offer, so how can you say it's a low ball? He said he was going to get the same money for fighting Mariaga to fight Josh Warrington when Frank offered him the fight, yeah? He said he would get the same money. Then, if Eddie has sent another offer, Eddie's not going to send the same offer or lower, is he?
No.
But you know what? A higher offer.
This goes back to what I was telling Jalik, right? When Jalik was telling me that Shakur could wipe out 100 the whole division, I'm like, listen, Andre Ward already came out and said that he doesn't believe Shakur is actually ready for these other champs, and he actually would like to mold them a little bit more. And he was like, "Oh, listen to the fighter." But if you could just look how they're moving him, it actually goes with what Andre Ward said. So it's starting to look like that. Maybe they want to mold him up or refine his tools a little bit more before he unifies or move him up at 130. Then he can fight there. I don't know but it doesn't look like it's Josh Warrington's fault. That's what
I don't believe Shakur's team wants to fight.
Hold on real quick, Eric. I want to read this comment from Boxing God. Her put Shakur Stevenson. Speaking of Ward, this is why because Unbiased just mentioned Ward, but Hearns put Shakur Stevenson and Andre Ward on blast saying about an offer. Stevenson team don't want to fight, just talking. Listen, Boxing God, facts, Boxing God, because this is some of the research that I was doing. What Boxing God is talking about. This actually happened in this, it was their tweets amongst each other. And Shakur Stevenson, Eddie Hearn, and Andre Ward were all involved in these tweets back and forth toward each other. So this is not hearsay what Boxing God is talking about. This is where Hearn basically put them out there, and he put Andre Ward out there, and he put Shakur Stevenson out there. But he utilized what Andre Ward said to put Shakur out there, because he put Andre Ward coming to your defense, motherfucker, talking about something. Yeah, Eddie, well, be honest, because Andre Ward said something to the effect, well, yeah, Eddie, be honest. Shakur Stevenson is worth more than what you guys offer. The fighter's not going to do this, blah blah blah. If he's
what he said, D was
if he's taking less than what he's offered, basically. I mean, less than what he's worth, basically, right? So that's when Hearn flipped it back on Shakur and said, "You keep talking about there was no offer sent, but listen to what your defense team just said, motherfucker. The offer was too low. So how was the offer too low if I never sent it?" Which you put that motherfucker on blast. Like, it can't be an offer too low if there's no offer. So we still offer, dude.
Are we making arguments? Or are we making fights?
What do you mean? Well, see, Smoke, there's no argument because everyone on the panel right now is agreeing. So if there's an argument, you would be bringing it to the table.
Okay, the argument. What I'm saying is, Eddie is. I'm talking about. Argument? I'm talking about Eddie bringing arguments.
But is this your argument? Because
is what my argument is. What my argument.
What you got about to say? Is
no, my. I'm saying no. I'm giving you my perspective on this entire thing. Like that's all it is. I'm just giving you my perspective the same way you're giving me giving me yours.
Let's get your perspective.
Right. So for me, I am while I recognize, you know, the Shakur Warrington is not front of everybody's mind, and so this is a way to actually like build a fight and make the fight, you know, bigger than it was before this whole thing happened. And I'm not mad at that. I am. I don't need to have fan bases divided in order to get up for a fight or start playing blame game and scapegoating fighters because the deal didn't get made. What I would like is not just say get into these back and forths about whether or not an offer got sent, and now we see that it did. I would actually like the energy to be put into making the fights. Or just be honest about it and say the fight's not big enough and we're going to build it instead of doing this whole thing.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, but let me go.
Smoke, let me Smoke. Let me ask you a question. Is a contract and an offer the same thing?
Is a contract and an offer the same thing? They can. It depends. Like it. So you can get term sheets. You can get term sheets that have an offer in it, and then you have the contract that has all the details. But both of those things can serve as contracts.
Okay, and you would agree that before there's even an offer, there's an initial call that's made to see if they're even interested in the fight?
Yeah,
before they even send an offer? Yeah, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, so we would assume that Shakur got a call and said if he's interested, but they have to have said yes, and then an offer was made or sent, and they didn't negotiate it, right?
Changes already continued.
I mean, so there was a earlier they were saying Frank Warren initiated this whole ball. So this is an ongoing negotiation between these two at this point, right? This is not the first time. Like this spans back from 2019, right? So they've been going back and forth. I assume that there's been more than one discussion, or more than two discussions, even though we're only talking about these two discussions. Or even more than three discussions if you add Andre Ward's piece to it.
Well, the thing about it.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
The thing about it is you're saying about building the fight. The fight, there's no building of the fight because at the end of the day, it was Shakur who called Eddie out saying send the offer, and Eddie said I've already sent an offer. There's no marinating the fight or building the fight. The fight should already happen. He turned the fight down when Warrington was with Frank, saying it was chump change. It wasn't good enough. And then now he's not willing. Well, he's promoter. I'm not saying him because clearly he hasn't seen this offer. Right. His promotional team and management team are not willing to negotiate because they've been sent an offer. Clearly, they've not told Shakur about this offer because Shakur's saying that he doesn't know anything about this offer. And two, they haven't responded with an offer saying, well, that's not enough. Can we talk about this? Like, you're not sending an offer to Eddie Hearn or Josh Warrington. Why are you sitting back? Why are you sitting back and waiting for someone to offer you a fight? If you want to fight, offer for the fight.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused. Are we saying that Shakur Stevenson has two offers?
No,
that both Eddie and Frank Warrington sent him an offer?
No, hold on. When Warrington was with Frank, an offer was sent, Smoke. Shakur turned it down and said it's chump change. Now that he's with Eddie, there another offer is sent through Eddie, and they're still saying it's not enough. Those are two different offers, not being done simultaneously, but those are two different attempts to make the fight. And Shakur side turning it down twice, and not only turning it down twice, not making any offers themselves.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I was saying, like that was my question. There's been two offers, and you said yes. There's been two offers. All right,
well, not at the same time.
I got it. I got it. No, I got it. One was Warren. One was Eddie. Got it. That's what my question was, and it's still fights. Just to address the whole the buildup, and really what I'm talking about is negotiating in social media, because that's really what we're talking about right now, right? Like fans weighing in to to parts of the negotiation that they let the fans know about, right? That's where we are now. To me, this whole idea of negotiating in social media, that's what I mean about building a fight. That's what I mean about
but they're not negotiating. They're not negotiating in social media because they're already.
They literally are talking about.
Let me finish. They're not actually negotiating in social media. They're sending the offers. They're sending the contracts. The contracts are then being negated and turned down. And then Shakur is out here tweeting Eddie Hearn saying "What's up?" like he did to Frank Warren, and then they respond. So no, the negotiation is not done on social media. No. All that's happening is that Shakur is getting exposed because he is initiating. Why isn't the fight being made? Not knowing that his business is being done behind doors, and he really doesn't have a clue about it, apparently.
Okay, so the reason why we're talking about this is because Andre Ward said it was a lowball offer. That is literally a negotiation.
No. You didn't listen. Shakur tweeted Eddie Hearn just like he tweeted Frank Warren and said, "What's up?" So that is why we're talking about it. And Andre Ward got into it after Eddie Hearn got into it and responded to Shakur. Exactly. Shakur initiated everything.
I'm not talking about who initiated.
I'm not talking about this because Andre Ward said anything. That's the point.
Okay, before Andre Ward.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. No, I gotta go. Hold on. I'm just saying I gotta go.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. All right, guys. So I'll probably be back if you guys are still on. I'm gonna do some shit, but thanks for having me on.
All right, peace out, Raider.
All right.
Okay, like I said, okay. So when Shakur Stevenson sent these tweets, we weren't talking about this. This conversation didn't come up until after Andre Ward just said something. That's my
it did.
Okay, hold on, Eric, hold on. He's talking to me, right? So Shakur, in the first negotiations with Frank Warren, what did he say? It was chump change, right? Didn't he say that? So he did say that, right? Shakur,
is that negotiating? Is that negotiation? Is that negotiating?
No. They did the negotiations, right? They negotiated, and then he tweeted Frank and said, "You got to offer me more money." So
that's not a negotiation.
They were negotiating. An offer was made to him, right? Correct. Then he said it was chump change. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Does Shakur Stevenson saying it's chump change on social media, is that part of a negotiation? Yes or no?
No, because after that the fight didn't happen, right?
Okay, that's where the disconnect is. Because for me, that is a negotiation.
Okay, hold on for a second, unbiased. There ain't no fucking disconnect because he told them it was chump change, and then he came out and put that information out on social media. It's not like he put it out on social media, and that's the reason, Smoke. He already told them during the negotiations that it was chump change, and he came out and told his fans, "That's what I told those motherfuckers." So stop trying to put it like because of what he said on social media is what we're basing this on. Smoke.
The negotiations was done behind closed doors.
Okay, all of it is part of
Shakur
the
even went on
negotiation. You guys
social
are just
media.
breaking it up. You
It's
guys are
not
just
all
breaking
of it
it up.
because the
Okay,
negotiations was over already, Smoke. It
no,
was
that is
over, and then
who
it
says
was
it's over? They're
already.
still negotiating right now.
No, because the negotiation with Frank Warren, it was already over. They already declined the offer, and then Shakur put it on Twitter. So the negotiation was done before Shakur even tweeted anything.
Declining
it was
an
over.
Offer, listen, declining an offer does not put an end to negotiations.
There's no negotiations on right now. You're wrong about that too, Smoke. Because
okay, then why is Ward saying send me more money?
Listen, you got to listen. You're wrong about that too.
That's Frank Warren.
Said clearly, that's the offer. Either you guys can take it or y'all can send me an offer. So right now, negotiations are closed because they've turned down the offer that Hearn has sent, and they have not gotten back to him with an offer. So they're not in the middle of negotiations. You're 100% wrong there.
Well, hold on, but the Frank Warren negotiations.
Okay, are you gonna? So are you gonna actually? I think that you guys are just misunderstanding. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. When I said about the disconnect, I was talking about between unbiased and I. When him saying that the negotiations were done, and for some reason you guys think that at the end of an offer that means no more negotiations.
No,
you can't be in the. Okay, can I finish, dude? Like really, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Like, listen, these guys are part of an ongoing negotiation that on social media that now we know started with Frank Warren. Now Eddie's involved, and now so is Andre Ward. This is ongoing, and it's getting bigger with more people involved. That's what I mean. Like, I get the fact that they're making this fight front of mind for fans, because that's actually the effect that all this back and forth is happening. All this back and forth does. And not only that, you're starting to see offers between two separate promoters, right? There's now two offers being tendered that shows you that this is an ongoing negotiation. There could be a third offer.
No, there's only two offers. There's only two offers because he's changed promotional team.
Yeah.
Negotiation.
He's changed promotional team.
Hold on, Eric. There is no ongoing negotiation, Smoke. Right now, the only thing that's ongoing is internet banter. Negotiations are done. They sent the deal, they turned it down, and Shakur Stevenson's team is not saying shit. So
they're saying more money. They're saying ask more.
The only thing that's going on now is social media banter because they're not sending any offers. There's no negotiations right now.
Right, and in the first negotiations with Frank Warren, those negotiations are over. That chapter is closed. He moved on. He moved on with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, he's sold.
This is
changed promotion.
Hold on. This is a new chapter. This is a new chapter. A new offer is done with Eddie Hearn. So this is not the saga is not continued because Frank Warren is not his promoter. This is a new chapter. So with Eddie Hearn, the offer has been sent to Shakur, and Shakur didn't even know the offer was sent. Apparently, Ward did.
So I think that you guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying now Ward feels like it's not enough money, but Shakur had no idea that an offer was actually even made. So
again, so this let me see if I can. I'm gonna take another swipe at this. So let's see if we can get you guys can get what I'm saying. This is for Warrington fighting Shakur, correct? Yeah, it started off. They're trying to make the Warrington Shakur fight. It started off with Warren's making an offer that didn't go anywhere. It's now Eddie, and that offer is now they've tendered an offer. Shakur's team is now saying that the offer isn't high enough, right? Still, these guys haven't fought. They're still talking about fighting, and now the thing is about money. And the reason why we know about it is because they took to social media to tell us. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That this is, I get the fact that this is building up hype for the fight, but also this is an ongoing negotiation.
No, that's your perception of ongoing negotiation because they already turned it down. They've turned Eddie's offer down. They didn't come back with anything. They just said
down an offer does not end the negotiation.
Also,
it does
Shakur
if you don't
rebuttal. Real quick, Eric. Also, Shakur said he has one more fight at 126. Then he's off to 130. So his negotiation still happening, and his next fight is Mariaga. So negotiation smoke. when the fight doesn't happen and he's at 130, are they still negotiating, or you let me know?
Okay, so when Andre Ward says it's not enough money, is that a negotiation or not?
No, Shakur Stevenson said it and they turned it down. You keep trying to beat around the bush and jump.
Shakur said there was.
It is if he's
Shakur
not
said there
naming
was
his
no offer.
price.
Okay,
If he's
so
not naming his
Shakur
price,
said
it
there's
is
no
the end
offer.
of negotiation.
if he's not okay, so you know what? You know when negotiation ends when both parties say, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm going to move on, and neither party has said that.
Smoke. Shakur said there's no offer, so there's no negotiations.
Okay,
Shakur doesn't even know there's an offer, so there's no
Right.
negotiation.
Right, I got what you're saying. That Shakur was saying that there's no offer, but clearly Shakur is not the person to field offers because there was an offer made. That's my I got that you it's all supposed to be Shakur and do it, but Shakur is part of a team. Like you said, he didn't even know he got an offer.
Yeah, but also don't you agree?
If he didn't know he got an offer, he's not the person to negotiate the offer.
All right, good. Smoke. Hold on, fellas. I need closing thoughts because I gotta go. Smoke, start off, Red Glove, Eric, unbiased, real quick. Let's go.
In the hypothetical, I think that there is a lot of positives that come from what you said. I think the only loser really was Wilder in their scenario. But there's still some upside for him too. As far as Shakur Warrington, I want to see it, and that's it. Good morning, morning stream. Good morning to all the familiar handles out there, and I'll probably see you guys later on today.
All right, I appreciate you coming on, Smoke. Red Glove, I guess unbiased, and Eric's closing thoughts was peace. Red Glove.
I guess so. Yeah, this is my whole thing about this is my closing thoughts, because I think with the whole Wilder thing, I'm kind of done talking about that. But as far as this whole thing with the negotiation, as far as I'm concerned, telling the guy, not naming your price and just expecting them, you're willing to.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Bro, you dumb. You put the caption over us.
Want these guys to keep throwing numbers out there, and hopefully they'll have something for you. To me, that's not negotiating. And if it is negotiating, it's a very inefficient way to do so. Those are my closing thoughts. Thanks for having me, Jefferson. Shout out to everybody on the panel.
All right, that's what's up. Red, air this out. So literally air this out. But hey, I appreciate all y'all coming through. Appreciate you, Smoke. Appreciate everybody that came on the panel. Y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.